Hello YouTube. All right, we're back. Today's a big day. We're talking about the Firebird and we're talking tires. That's right. Firebird's getting some new shoes today. Doing an analysis later on in the video. Gonna show you why I chose the tires I chose. I'll turn the camera around though and show you, and then I'm gonna head on up to the tire store because they said they've got availability right now. As you can see, the existing tires are BF Goodrich Radial TA. And as anyone that ever goes to a car show knows, everything with raised white lettering has BF Goodrich Radial TAs on it. They're great tires. Mine happen to be 16 years old. Still got good tread on them, and the front, the back, I don't know what happened in the back. It's kind of weird. But I got to searching for tires with raised white lettering. There's some cheap stuff like at Walmart. Didn't want that. I wouldn't have been opposed to some more BFGs, but I happened to find these. Mickey Thompson. Pretty good name. Raised white lettering. I'm gonna give them a try. I'll do a little bit of an analysis, but I'm in a rush to get to the tire store, and I'm gonna show you why I chose these tires after I get them mounted and actually get to do a little bit of a test drive. So turn the camera around one more time and just show you what this tread pattern looks like compared to the BFGs before I head to the tire store. These are the new Mickey Thompson tires. Nice wide stripe here. I like that a lot. I'll show you the BFG tires. They don't have that big of a tread or wide tread pattern like that. I'm hoping that these Mickey Thompsons have some more grip to them. All right, let's go to the tire store. All right, back from the tire store. Went nice and easy, didn't cost all that much. I think they look great. I'll turn the camera around, show you what they look like. Yeah, there they are, Mickey Thompson Sportsman ST. Rear is 255 6015. Those are American Racing Vector rims. Front is 215 7015. I think these look really sharp. Initial impressions after driving up from the tire store: quiet. They ride just as good as the BFG, maybe even better. Got a nice soft feel to them, good road manners. No noise whatsoever coming from them. I only had one chance to punch it. I'd say it hooked about the same as the BFGs, possibly even a little bit better. Did not do any burnouts to see if they get smoky or not. I'm sure that'll happen eventually. But so far, so good. I'm real happy with the purchase. Cheaper than the BFGs, better ratings as I'm going to show in my analysis, and they're good looking, nice raised white lettering, good road manners, quiet, hook up at least as good as the BFGs. So far so good. All right, here we're going to jump into the analysis now and show you why I picked these. When I compared the two tires against each other, BFGs had a treadwear rating of 400. Mickey Thompson had a treadwear rating of 440. Speed rating on the BFG was a S. Speed rating on the Mickey Thompson was a T. Now the BFG does have a slight edge with 11/30 seconds tread depth versus 10 and 5/30 seconds tread depth on the Mickey Thompsons. That was the rear. The front's more of the same. The Mickey Thompson has a better treadwear rating and a higher speed rating than the BFG did. So it's beating it in both of those categories. Side by side of the tread pattern, Mickey Thompson on the left. It's got a wider tread pattern where it looks like a lot less cuts in it versus the BFG. So I don't know if it's just my idea, but I'm hoping it acts a little bit more like a drag radial and I get a little bit more grip when I'm really punching it versus the BFG that tends to cut loose pretty easily. Side by side in the looks department, I'll agree that the BF Goodrich Radial TA looks a little nicer, but the Mickey Thompson's got a real vintage feel to it. And the overall feel for my Firebird is a vintage hot rod muscle car, but I go for the hot rod look on it, kind of a retro hot rod vintage look. And I think the Mickey Thompson fits that to a T. Price wasn't a big factor in the decision. The raised white lettering, and then the fact that Mickey Thompson had better stats was more of a factor. But I did want to point out that the Mickey Thompson tires are cheaper than the BFG tires. Not significantly cheaper, but they are cheaper. But wait, there's more. In addition to the retail price being slightly cheaper on the Mickey Thompsons, Mickey Thompson ended up having a rebate where you could get $100 prepaid Visa gift card on a set of 4 tires. So I did that, and then I was patient. I added it to my cart, and I was waiting for the deadline for the rebate, waiting for Summit Racing, because that's where I bought these from. I was waiting for Summit Racing to maybe have one of their own deals, and I ended up being able to couple it together. Summit had a $50 off of 500, so I was able to get 50 off of 500, and then the $100 prepaid gift card for buying a set of 4 tires, so $150 off of what the retail price would have been. The only bummer was I had to pay for shipping because they were oversized, but hey, they got here in 2 days. I had Bell Tire install them. Didn't cost all that much, and so far so good. So I told you how the Mickey Thompsons are statistically better than the BFGs. They are cheaper, they look just as good, they ride smooth, they ride quiet. Everything about them is great, but I'm sure what you're really wondering is how well do they hook up? So I'm going to set up some cameras in an empty parking lot. I'm going to do a full throttle, mash the pedal to the ground, and see what happens. See how they hook up. I'll set up 2 cameras for that. I know with the BFGs, they can. My car would track smooth, spin the tires, of course. My car's got like 400 horse, 500 torque. So it spin the tires, but it tracks smooth. And if you try to do a good burnout with BFGs, you'll get a lot of smoke. I'm not gonna ruin these new tires doing a burnout to see if I get smoke or not, but we're gonna see how they hook up anyway. Here we go. All right, this is a dusty parking lot. I say it hooked up pretty darn well considering it's dusty. You can actually see the dust spinning off the tires. If this was perfectly dry, I think it would have hooked up even better. I'm not in the business of destroying my tires on a regular basis. So this video is gonna have to suffice for showing what these tires, how well they hook up. They track straight as I went. It wasn't fishtailing around. I didn't leave a bunch of smoke, which, hey, if you're gonna do a burnout, I do like seeing the smoke. VFGs are really good for that. But I'm gonna call it a wrap. The Mickey Thompsons are at least as good, if not better, than the BFGs. For cheaper, statistically better, look just as good. This is my new tire on a vintage hot rod. I like them, recommend them. Have no drawbacks on them whatsoever. So, as always, if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I might even throw a little bonus footage in after this. Here we go. Bye.